Okay, let's watch the scale of the universe. I saw Asmongold react to this video. I haven't seen this video. I'm always really interested in these kind of videos, though.
Powers of 10 are pretty cool. They're actually pretty powerful, if you know what I'm saying. But what is a power of 10? In math, a power of 10 is any integer power of the number 10. Basically, 10 multiplied by itself a certain number of times. Any number of times. For example, 10 to the power of 1 is just 10. 10 squared is 100. 10 cubed is 1000. You get the idea.
Oh no. Is this video about to be about numbers?
Here, n represents any number you want. It's called the order of magnitude.
Oh no.
Positive order of magnitude
I'm not good at
will make
math.
X bigger, while a negative number will make x smaller. The effect of adding one extra zero to the beginning or end of any number may seem irrelevant. But what happens if we take these numbers to the extremes?
No, please
what
don't.
Might these numbers represent?
Wait, I'm not keeping up. I'm a one head. I don't know.
Believe it or not, the powers of 10
Please, no
actually
math.
put our universe into perspective quite nicely. Let's start with the really small powers of 10. At 10 to the negative 35 meters, we come to what is known as the Planck length.
The
Planck
Planck.
length is the smallest measurable distance in the entire universe. Much like at the center of a black hole, at a scale this tiny, the laws of physics break down and cease to be valid. The amount of time it takes a photon of light to travel one Planck length is known as the Planck time, and is equal to 10 to the negative 43 seconds. Meaning that this is the shortest measurable time possible. Any time shorter than this physically has no meaning at all. This is why, at the moment, scientists can only say that the universe came into being after it was already 10 to the negative 43 seconds old. Getting larger at 10 to the negative 18 meters, we reach quarks. These are the subatomic particles that compose
Okay,
protons
I know
and
what quarks
neutrons.
are.
10 to the negative 7 meters, we reach the smallest forms of life.
Okay.
Single-celled
Okay,
organisms.
I'm starting to keep up now.
At 1/10 of a meter, you'll find things that you can see, like eggs, birds, and toilet paper. At 1 meter, we have everyday life, humans, dogs. Blue whales come in at a solid 30 meters. Next, we come across the meaning of life, or 42, whatever you decide it is. At 270 meters, we reach the length of the Titanic. Triple that.
Wait, what are we
reach the
measuring?
population of Vatican City, the smallest country in the world. It's kind of funny because Central Park in New York City is actually 4 kilometers long, and is 8 times larger than Vatican City, which is an entire country. Clocking in at 11,000 meters is Phobos, Mars' largest moon. Fun fact, one day it's going to crash into Mars, so if we're going to colonize it, we should probably find a way to deal with it. With an order of magnitude of 5, we have Hydra, one of Pluto's moons. Even though it's a moon, it's only 100 kilometers across.
Okay, so
The
we're
state of
measuring
West
things
Virginia
now.
in the United States is
I was
actually 4
confused at
times as
first.
large. There's also about 10 to the 5 hairs on the average human head. At 2,300 kilometers in diameter, we have everyone's favorite planet, Pluto. Oh, wait. Anyway, moving on. With an order of magnitude of 7, we have Earth. At 12,700 kilometers, at a diameter of 200,000 kilometers, we have
Wait, what's
Proxima
Pluto
Centauri,
again?
the closest
What is
star to the
Pluto?
Sun.
This has been like a meme ever since I was in elementary school. Like, it's not like a planet anymore. So what is it? What is Pluto? Is it a moon or like a dwarf planet? Oh yeah, it is a dwarf planet. That's what it was called. Yeah, a dwarf planet isn't a planet, but it still says planet. Why can't it be a planet? It's a dwarf planet. But what's wrong with being a dwarf planet? Isn't that still a planet? Isn't that kind of like... That's not very progressive. Anyways.
It's also home to Proxima b, an exoplanet with features much like Earth. If there were to be a manned mission to any other star system's planets, Proxima b would probably be the first choice. With an order of magnitude of 9, the Sun clocks in at about 1.4 million kilometers wide. It accounts
Okay.
for more than 99.8% of the mass in our solar system.
Okay.
At 10 powers of 10, we come across the orbits of Mercury, Venus, and Earth, ranging from 36
Wait,
million
what?
kilometers from the Sun all the way
Oh.
to 93 million kilometers.
Distance from the sun.
Although these orbits seem pretty big, they're dwarfed by one of the most luminous stars in the sky, the Pistol Star. At 470 million
The Pistol
kilometers,
Star.
it radiates as much energy in 20 seconds as our sun does in one whole year.
Whoa.
The Pistol Star is nothing when compared to the largest star ever discovered.
The largest
Blue Eye
star?
Scuti.
The largest
It
star?
is over 2 billion kilometers wide. And if it were to replace our sun, it would completely swallow the planets of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. At
Oh.
26 billion kilometers, we reach what is known as a light day. It is exactly how far light travels in 24 hours. This distance is currently farther than any human or space probe has ever traveled. At 10 to the 14 meters away from Earth, our solar system appears only as a small point of light in the sky, just like every other star that we see in the night sky. 10
Dude,
to
I
the
always
15
think
meters,
about
We have
that.
the Cat's Eye Nebula, one of the most complex nebulae ever discovered.
What's a nebula?
The entire
Isn't that like a bunch of
nebula is
gas?
nearly half a light year in diameter.
Isn't it
At
like
2
whenever
light
there's
years
like a
away from
solar
Earth, we
or
reach
like a
the orbital
boom,
cloud.
like a
We're in
boom,
space filled with water
like a
and
sun
methane
explodes or
light.
something?
At this far distance, the sun's gravity no longer has an effect on objects past this point. Other stars are stronger.
Sorry, I need to look it up. I'm too curious. I love like stuff like this. What is a nebula? A nebula is an interstellar cloud of dust, hydrogen and helium, and other ionized gases. Yeah, but how does that come about? How are they formed? Yeah. Some nebula come from the gas and dust thrown out by an explosion of a dying star. Yeah, a supernova. That's exactly what I said. I didn't say supernova because I didn't know the term for it, but that's what I meant. Okay, good to know.
17 meters. We have a familiar sight. The Pillars of Creation.
The Pillars of
Pillar
Creation.
is over 5 light years long. That's about 48 trillion kilometers each. Everyone has seen these before. However, they won't last forever. They're actually already gone. The Pillars
Wait,
of
what?
Creation are located at about 7,000 light years from Earth. But about 6,000 years ago, they were destroyed by a nearby supernova, meaning that in 1,000 years, they'll fade away from our view and disappear into the darkness of space. Skipping forward to 10 to the 21 meters away from Earth, we can finally see the Milky Way galaxy in its entirety. Every star in the night sky that you can see lies within our galaxy.
Wait, I'm sorry. The Milky Way galaxy. Okay, I'm on track. So wait, the Pillars of Creation are in the Milky Way, and the nebula before is in the Milky Way. Okay, I'm on track.
However, at 10 to the 22 meters, we reach the distance to our nearest neighboring galaxy, Andromeda.
Yep.
You can actually see Andromeda in the night sky with a simple pair of binoculars or normal telescope. 10 to the 23 meters, we reach what is known as the Local Group. Its name pretty much tells you what it is. It's the local group of galaxies that are near the Milky Way. We're actually the second largest just behind Andromeda. The Local Group is a part of the Virgo cluster, a group of galaxies
Oh god.
just like the Local Group.
I've seen another video like this, and it starts getting like really crazy.
1,500 galaxies. and
Whenever the
50
clusters start getting
light years
involved.
long. At 10 to the 24 meters away from Earth, we come across the anomaly known as the Great Attractor. See, objects with a lot of mass have a stronger gravitational pull. That's why planets have moons and you don't. They're a lot more massive than you are. However, the Great Attractor is a bit different. It's pulling clusters of galaxies towards it, but we can't observe or see what it is. It's an object with a mass tens of thousands of times larger than the Milky Way's, but we don't even know what it is. At 10 billion light years from Earth, we come across the largest known object in the universe, the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall.
Wait, what?
It's a bit of a mouthful,
Corona?
but rightfully so. Why? Because it physically should not exist. It is 10 billion light years long, 7 billion light years wide, and nearly 1 billion light years deep. This means
I'm sorry?
that light would take 10 billion years to cross the entire wall only once. To put it
What?
into perspective, the universe is only 13.8 billion years old.
I'm not
And the time that
understanding.
Earth has
I
been
don't feel like this
about
video is good.
4.5
I'm not
billion
He's
years.
not
The
explaining.
light that has left the one end of the Great Wall hasn't even made it halfway.
What
to
is the
other side
wall?
yet.
What wall?
Structure is so
What is the
big,
wall made
it
of?
breaks laws of physics. There's something in the world of science known as the cosmological principle. To put it simply, it says, no matter where you are in the universe, if you look in any direction, you should see an even distribution of matter. This, in turn, creates a limit for the sizes of objects. It's about 1.2 billion light years, meaning that this structure is 8 times the supposed limit of the largest object possible. And at 10 to the 27 meters away from Earth,
I'm sorry, I
we
don't.
reach the outer limits of the observable universe. This is as far as we can go and most likely will ever be able to. And thus, our journey ends. Just 27 steps ago, we were back at Earth, back at life as we know it. But the most amazing thing to me is that we traveled to the outer limits of our universe as we know it, reaching the largest structures known in the entire universe, and it only took us 27 steps.
Well, I mean, you can take it down to 2
steps.
steps.
But in order to travel to the tiniest limits known to man, at the Planck length, we have to take 35 steps backwards from the human level. This means that we are 8 orders of magnitude, or about 100 million times larger compared to the smallest thing there is, than the universe is compared to us. And that, I find, is the most interesting thing of them all. This video was made possible by Brilliant.org.
I don't feel like this was a good video compared to some other videos. I don't feel like this was a good explanation exactly. You know what I mean? This doesn't feel like he didn't really explain what he was talking about. Like half the time I didn't know what he was saying or speaking about. Like Real Life Lore has a great video on this that we've seen before. It's like so much better. Like this is just not you know what I mean? Like whenever I was done with the Real Life Lore video on this, I was like blown away. Like my head was exploding. I was like, wait, there's no way that it's that big. But then with this, I was like, okay, that didn't really explain to me very well.